Bet you didn't expect that, did you? All right, so we're a little late this week, but who is counting? Big news of the week, not only one tight end, but two tight ends got big old deals. George Kittle got a record-setting deal, becoming the highest paid tight end in NFL history, signing a 5-year, $75 million deal. This was followed up by Travis Kelce signing a deal later in the same day, worth $4 million, or worth 4 years, $57 million. So this leads me to believe that Andy Reid is stashing coins in his mustache, because how do they keep paying these players? I don't understand. So with these two players locked into their current teams, who do you think got the better player and the better deal?
This is the age-old question between everyone. Who's the number one tight end right now? Either Travis Kelce or George Kittle. And me personally, if you were to pick one of the two, I'd go with Travis Kelce. Because I just feel like he is what you would want in a tight end. I know George Kittle has that superstar ability to... He's basically like a big boy wide receiver. But I just feel like when it comes down to it, I would rather have Travis Kelce on my team. He's just... He can stick up with the big boys on the line, and he can also run down and catch a pass. That's not to diminish what George Kittle has done. George Kittle helped his 49ers go to the Super Bowl, and you can't deny that. If the 49ers probably wouldn't have made it very far in the playoffs, which it wasn't for George Kittle.
Yeah, both of them are intricate parts to their teams, and they both got locked up for years to come. So it's interesting to have that conversation about who is the best tight end, but I don't know. That's just up to whoever is looking at him, I guess. All right, so someone who's not going to get paid a big-ass contract like George Kittle and Travis Kelce is Seahawks rookie cornerback Kama Servand. He was caught trying to sneak a girl into the hotel room, which is obviously forbidden by the Seahawks and the NFL as a whole. And she was wearing, the girl, his side piece, whoever it was wearing some Seahawks equipment to try to disguise herself.
Jackass!
Now, the NFL may not be allowing guests in the hotel, but the NBA is considering allowing family members and that special someone into the bubble for the playoffs. To Stephen A. Smith, this is long overdue because he's been advocating for these so-called guests, these so-called significant others, so that players could, blow off some steam when they're not on the court.
Mm-hmm.
And in the sheets.
He could be a freak on the court and on the sheets, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about you, X, but Stephen may have a point here.
This is hard because I agree with it. I agree with what Stephen A. said, which a lot of things that Stephen A. says I do not agree with.
I've been coming.
But I do agree with it here. But right now, the bubble does have a track record for being completely healthy. There hasn't been a case in the bubble really since it started. I feel like they have to be really careful. I feel like they'd have to probably put the family members through a lot of testing just to ensure that bubble stays safe, because once that bubble pops, it's gonna get ugly.
All right. So if you're a Cowboys fan, would you rather hear the good news first or the bad news first?
I'd rather die.
Too bad. I'm going to give you the bad news first. So the bad news is defensive tackle Gerald McCoy, who's recently acquired this past offseason, tore his quad in practice and was later released by the team. But the good news is that Jerry Jones said the natural airflow in AT&T Stadium will help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Thank you for that, Jerry Jones.
Thank you, Jerry Jones.
You're welcome.
I feel like if you're any fan other than the Cowboys, this is good news because Gerald McCoy is a presence on the field, and nobody likes Cowboy fans. So
exactly. They're the scum of the earth. So former Cowboy Deion Sanders left the NFL Network to join the college version of the NFL Network, which is Barstool Sports. Many thought that he was going to leave to go to the NCAA and coach college ball, but he's primetime. He can do whatever he wants.
Primetime going to Barstool Sports, I kind of fits because it's both a network and a social media platform where he can just express himself And he also, like, not a lot of people know this, but he has that Snapchat story thing with his son where basically you follow his kid. So, like, he's got a lot of outlets where he can do, and I think Barstool Sports would probably be the best out of that because, you know, if you're a sportsman, you follow Barstool Sports. And I feel like Primetime, he's gonna make a difference with that. It's probably gonna blow up even more than it has now.
Probably. That's probably a good move for both sides, Deion and Barstool. But that should be hilarious. That should be an interesting combination right there. NFL news is kind of done for this week, but we do have some NBA news. Damian Lillard. That's it. That's all we got for you. Damian Lillard basically dragged his team to the 8th seed in the Western Conference throughout the bubble. He was just dominating, hitting bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb. A 3-point barrage, if you will. Now, last night, he beat the Lakers to take a 1-0 lead in the first round. So, this boy hot.
Damian Lillard and Wilt Chamberlain are the only two players in the NFL to have 3 or more 60-point games. That in itself is it. Dame throwing dimes, but
that's all we got for you today. If you liked the video, obviously hit that thumbs up button. If you like the rest of our videos, you should subscribe and then follow us. Please.
You get a cookie.
The freak